Next nama, Narasimha Vapuhu. Bhakta Bhayapahata Apeksha Samyakshana Pratipannaya Thakama Divya Mahansimha Samhanananaha. So he says, for the sake of his devotee, the Lord came from Sri Vaikuntham. Narasimha is a Purnavatara, no different from the Lord. He came from Vaikuntham with a beautiful body of a man lion, of Narasimha Vapuhu. Satapatala Bhīṣane Sarabhasa Attahasodbhate Spurat Kridhi Parisputat Bhrukutikepi Vaktre Krite. Kripa Kapatakesarin Danujadimba Dattastana Saroja Sadrusha Drusha Vyatibhishajyate Vyajyate. So the Lord who came as a man lion to protect his devotee. So to protect Prahlada he came. So he came in the body, divine body of a Narasimha. Narasimha Vapuhu. Next nama, Shriman. That is the name of the Lord. Ataha Paraspara Durghata Purva Vikrita Rupa Parigrahad Api Shriman Saundarya Lavanyadibihi Atimanohara Divya Rupaha. The one who came as a man lion. See, have you seen such combinations? You see a lion completely, a human being completely. Mix both of them together, the body of a human being, the head of a lion. Sir, I can't even imagine. Even the combination that we think is not possible, he came with that combination. But when you try out new dishes, the dish may sound interesting, but may not taste interesting. Here, man-lion may sound interesting, but is he good to look at? Saundarya Lavanyadibihi. Beauty has two types, Saundaryam, Lavanyam. Saundaryam is Avayava Shobha. If the eyes alone are beautiful, Saundaryam. Nose alone is beautiful, Saundaryam. Lips alone is Saundaryam, is beautiful, it is Saundaryam. If the chest alone is broad and beautiful, Saundaryam. If the hands and the palms are like the lotus and beautiful, it is Saundaryam. Individually, it is Saundaryam. Overall, if it is beautiful, it is Lavanyam. This is called Samudaya Shobha. Here, Narasimha, his eyes are beautiful, nose are beautiful, so Saundaryam. Overall also he is beautiful. Saundarya Lavanyadibihi Atimanohara Divyarupaha. One of the mystic saints in the Tamil tradition states, Alagiyan Tane Arivuruvam Tane. Narasimha is not beautiful. He says, if there is something beautiful in this world, it is only Narasimha. Narasimha is not beautiful. The only beautiful thing in this world is Narasimha, it seems. So he is called Shriman. So Shriman is the name of the Lord. Next, Keshavaha. So, Prashasta Snigdhanila Kutila Kuntalaha. When the Lord comes as with in an avataram, he comes with beautiful hair locks. You must have seen in these shampoo advertisements. The hair will be dark, it will be curly. It should be naturally curly. You should not put rollers. It should be naturally curly. It should be dark. It should be jumping when the person jumps. It should smell. It should be effervescent. It should have that glisten. With all these features, if the kesha, if the hair locks are there for the Lord, he is called Keshavaha. Next nama, Purushottamaha. Purushebhyaha Utkrishtatamaha. I spoke about three kinds of Jivatmas. Baddhatma, Muktatma, Nityatma. All three come under the category of Chetana. There is an Achetana Vargam. The Lord is different from Achetana. So he is called Purushaha. He is different from Baddhatma. He is Ut Purushaha. He is different from Muktatma. He is Uttara Purushaha. He is different from Nityatma. He is Uttama Purushaha. Uttama Purushaha becomes Purushottamaha. Tamaha means superlative degree in Sanskrit. So, Purushebhyaha Utkrishtatamaha. He is the best among men. We say in many advertisements, right? Raymond, complete man. He is the complete man. So, he is called Purushottamaha. Next, the next nama is Sarvaha. Please be very careful. The next nama will be Sharvaha. This is Sarvaha. So he says, Sarvam Swarupa Sthityadibihi Swanirvahataya Shariramiva Atmanusandhatte Ataha Sarvaha. So, he is the one who has pervaded the Chetana and Achetana Vargam and completely ensures that they perform actions. He is called Sarvaha. So, he is able to supervise and check how the functions are being performed. Next nama, Sharvaha. Swasharira Bhutanam Ashubham Api Shrunati Iti Sharvaha. Now, the moment he rests within all the living beings, he tries, based on the karma committed by the living beings, to do away with the evil. He will not let evil things happen. He tries his level best to keep the evil things away. So he is called Sharvaha. The previous nama was Sarvaha. This is Sharvaha. Next, Shivaha. He does only good things happen to them. So, good things is Shivatvam. So, Shubhavahascha Shivaha. He does good things to his devotees. So, he is called Shivaha. Next nama, Sthanuhu. Tishthate Aseshami Aseshashama Shivam Samshamayya Akilam Abhilashitam Cha Bahumukham Vishranyapina Jatuchit Vishramyati. So, he is the one who stays permanently in these living beings and tries to bless them by accomplishing what they desire. Since he helps in accomplishing what they desire, he is called Sthanuhu. Next nama, Bhutadihi. Sprihaniya tamatvat bhutaihi upadiyata iti bhutadibihi. Now, he is the one who rests within all living beings and is also the destination for those who desire to attain him. Hence, he is called Bhutadihi. So, people desire him, at the same time he is within them. So, they wish to attain him. Hence, he is called Bhutadihi. Next, Nidhiravyayaha Mahalobhena Apadhanatvat Nidheyatvat Sarvada Sarvatopa Jivyamanyattvena Apikalayapi Anupakshayat Avyayaha. Now, he is the one who is desired to be experienced by his devotees. But he is Nidhiravyayaha. That means, how much ever you experience the treasure called the Lord, he will still not get diminished. See, for example, you keep 4 sweets in front of me. I take the first sweet. I take the second. I like the next 2, I take. What has happened to the sweet box? It has become empty. So, as I consume, the quantity becomes less. But here, as I experience the Lord, he doesn't become less. He either stays or grows. Hence, he is a treasure that keeps growing. Nidhiravyayaha. Next, Sambhavaha. Evam nihitamapi atmanam tat samsleshatvaraya arthitabhyaha prakashayan sambhavaha. Now, for those devotees who wish to experience him completely, he is the one who starts incarnating. Vaikunthe tu pareloke shriyasardham jagatpatihi aste Vishnu rachintyatma bhaktaihi bhagavatai saha. He comes down and starts taking incarnations. Since he incarnates, the process of jumping from the top to bottom is called avataram. Since he jumps from Yeshanarayana Shriman Kshirarnavaniketanaha Nagaparyanka Mutsirje Hyagato Maduram Purim. So he has jumped from Vaikuntham to this earth, avataram. He goes back, it is bhavataram. Since this Lord is able to incarnate based on the needs of his devotees, he is called Sambhavaha. Next, Bhavanaha. Evam Sambhuya Anishta Nivaranadina Ujjivayati iti Bhavanaha. Now, as he is born in this world, in avatarams, he ensures that the problems faced by the devotees are eradicated. So, if he sees a devotee called Prahlada suffering at the hands of his father called Hiranyakashipu, he incarnates as Narasimha and ensures that the problem is driven away. Same is the case with Hiranyaksha who troubled Mother Earth. He was born and drove him away. Same is the case with Ravana Kumbhakarna. He was born as Rama and drove them away. Since he does so, Here the nama is Bhavanaha. Next nama is Bharta. On a very lighter note, many of you may be assuming this is the side dish to chapati. If I call Bharta, sir, we make one dish out of brinjal, so that is also Bharta. But remember, in that Bangan Bharta also the Lord is there. I am not telling you on a lighter note. He is there in everything. But what does this Bharta mean? Tāna atmadanena tachīlaha pushnati iti Bharta. Now, by giving the boons to his devotees, by being born in the avataram, by taking away the evil in that avataram, he is also the one who blesses them with nourishment. For example, when in Krishna avataram, all the cows which used to be exhausted as mothers, they would look at Krishna, it seems. The moment they saw the eyes of Krishna, they will all be nourished and they will feel strength in them. For example, let's take a mother. She feeds her child. At the moment she gets inside the kitchen, the child will start crying. Now people in the house will say, come and feed the child. The mother will come. The moment the child sees the mother, half the hunger will go by seeing at her eyes. The remaining half is only quenched by the mother who gives her milk. So the very sight of the mother drives away the hunger. It nourishes. Likewise, the eyes of the Lord, the grace of the Lord is enough to nourish us. Hence he is called Bharta. Next nama, Prabhavaha. Asya bhavaha prakrishta iti prabhavaha. The one who has got a very significant birth. He was born as Rama, significance. He was born as Krishna, significance. He was born as Vamana to Aditi, significance. So this association of significance, greatness, which is associated with the Lord when he is born, he is called Prabhavaha. Next, again, we are going to deal with the nama Prabhuhu. Evam manda paratantra manushyadi samyenavatarannapi Prabhuhu bhavate devadya sukara padaishwaryanu bhoga apavargadi phala samarpana samarthaha. Now he is born in the form of human beings. Raghavatve abhavatu Sita Rukmini Krishna Janmini Nityevesha Jaganmata Vishnu Shri Ranapayini Devatve Devadeheyam Manushyatve cha Manushi Raghavatve abhavatu Sita Rukmini Krishna Janmani. So if he is born as Deva, she is born as Devi. He is born as Ishvara, she is born as Ishwari. He is born as Rama, she is born as Sita. He is born as Krishna, she is born as Rukmini. Here he says Aishwaryanu bhoga apavargadi phala samarpana samarthaha. So even despite being born as humans or animals, he has the ability to grant what Paramatma grants us. That is why when he was born as Rama, he said, Atmanam manusham manye Ramam Dasharathatmajam. I am a simple human being. My name is Ram. I am D. Ram, Dasharatha's son Ram. All that he said. But when Jatayu was dying, he said, Gachalokan Anuttaman, go to Vaikuntham. So even being born as a human being, his innate quality of granting moksham doesn't go away from him. Hence he is called Prabhuhu. Next, Ishvaraha. Ataha Parameshtyaadyapi Janmasu Adhikatama Prayojana Aishwaryat Ishvaraha. Now, he says, more than what significance is associated with him being in Paralokam as Vasudeva, he comes down to earth and showcases various avatarams. So what happens is, over a period of time, the greatness and the significance associated in the avatarams actually crosses fold of Paraswarupam. Hence he is called Ishvaraha. Next, Swayambhuhu. So what does Swayambhuhu mean? Swayambhu means Swaliladi Prayojanaya Svechaya Swasadharanim Paramasattvamayim Prakritameva Sura Nara Sajatiya Sannivesham Adhishtaya Swayameva Bhavati. Now, he says that Shuddha Sattva Shariram, when he is there in Vaikuntham, the body of the Lord is not constituted of the 5 elements that we know of. It is not Panchabhautika Shariram. That Lord who is of Shuddha Sattva Vigraham, of that body, for the sake of us he is born as Rama, Krishna, Balarama, Vamana, and he accepts the body of a human being. He accepts the body of an animal. So the one who out of sheer grace accepts the body of others to just show that he is accessible is called Swayambhuhu. Next nama, Shambhuhu. Evam Swasaundarya Saushīlyādi Gunavishkārena Sham. Sukham bhavayati iti Shambhuhu. Shambhuhu, the nama has two parts. Sham. What does Sham mean? He is the one who is the repository of Saulabhyam, Saushilyam, Mardavam, Arjavam, Audaryam, Gambhiryam, Sthiryam, Dhairyam, Viryam, Parakramam. All these qualities are within him. So it is denoted by the letter Sham. The one who is happy because of these qualities and gives happiness is called Shambhuhu. Next, Adityaha. Adityo asya nivasa iti. So, every person who is performing Sandhya Vandanam will look at the sun. Why? In the sun he rests. Dhyeyas sada savitrimandala madhyavarti Narayana sarasijasana sannivishtaha Keyuravan makarakundalavan kiriti hari hiranmaya vapuhu dhritashanka chakraha Shri Dwaraka nilayachyuta govinda pundarikaksha rakshamam sharanagatam. So you look at the sun, he rests in the sun. So that is why the mystic poet says, Tanikkadale, Tanichudare, Tanivulage, Yennendru. So he is the one who rests within the sun. So he is called Adityaha. Next, Pushkarakshaha. Sarvaishwarya asadharana lakshanam. Pundarikakshatvam samgamayati Pushkarakshaha. The distinct characteristic feature of Parabrahmam is his lotus-like eyes. So when he was born as Varaha, Mahavaraha, Sputa Padmalochanaha, who has got lotus-like eyes. When he was Rama, Shurpanakha says, Tarunau Rupa Sampannau Sukumarau Mahabalau Pundarika Visalakshau. He has got lotus-like eyes. When he comes as Krishna, Duryodhana says, Bhīṣma Drona Vratikramya Mamschaiva Madhusudana Kimartham Pundarikaksha Dugdham Vrishabhabojanam Bhuktam Vrishabhabojanam. You have got lotus-like eyes. Either Duryodhana or Shurpanaka or even Brahma, they all say that he has got lotus-like eyes. Hence, he is called Pushkarakshaha. Next, Mahaswanaha. Mahan Pujya Swanaha Shabdo Yasye Iti. Now, the greatest and the best of the words, the holiest of the words is owned by him. Since he owns all these words which have a beautiful sound and meaning, he is called Mahaswanaha. Next nama, Anadi Nidhanaha. Anadi Nidhanaha, the meaning associated is Nitya Yauvanataya Jani Jaradi Durita Dura Nitya Vigrahaha. The one who is beyond the concept of old age, wrinkles and all of that. So he is not associated with anything that has to do with aging process. Hence he is Anadi Nidhanaha. So if you want to stay young, you can keep thinking of this name of the Lord. You don't have to apply any anti-wrinkle cream. You don't have to apply any cream that will take away the black spots. You will be fresh. It is called Anadi Nidhanaha. Dhata. What does Dhata mean? Aniruddha Swarupaha Sarva Yonau Achit Samashti Bhutayam Prakritau Chit Samashti Bhutam Vininchatmakam Garbham Dadati Iti Dhata. So, now, be it the Achetanas or the Chetanas, he is the one who carries that like a mother who has gestation under her control. The mother who supports her child for all the months of pregnancy. Likewise, Dhata, the one who in the form of Aniruddha is able to support the entire universe by creating it, is called as Dhata. What does Vidhata mean? Tam Garbham Parinamayya Avirbhavayati Cha Vidhata. Now, at a certain time only the world can be delivered. Till it is delivered, he has to support it. Remember, a mother delivers a child, she will not hit her stomach and the child will not be born in 1 month. She will let the child grow, mature, and at the right time the child is being delivered. So the entire world which is in the Garbham of the Lord is delivered at the right time. So he is called Vidhata. Next, Dhaturuttamaha. What does Dhaturuttamaha mean? Srashtuhu Utkrishtatamaha. dandapupikaya tat srishtebhyah prajapati prabhritibhischa. Now he is better a creator than Brahma. Sir, we thought Brahma creates the world. Now you are telling the Lord creates the world. How is Paramatma Vishnu the creator and not Brahma? Brahma is also the creator, but there is a difference. Now let us assume that the girl or the boy child in your house comes and tells the mother, Mother, today I want to cook. The mother will be shocked, because if you let the child cook, you do not know how the product is going to turn. But if you do not let the child cook, the child will feel demotivated. The mother will say, you wait for half an hour. What do you want to cook? The child will tell, I want to cook sambar for the dosa. So the mother will say, don't worry. She will get inside the kitchen. She will keep the mustard seeds separately, the curry leaves separately, the asafoetida separately, a few pulses separately. She will steam the pulses separately, mash them, put some tamarind pulp to it, boil it together, keep the seasoning separately, and then she'll say, my dear child, come. The child will come, as if all these arrangements were made by the child. He will not be bothered. Now what should I do? The mother will say, see, I've kept a few mustard seeds for seasoning. I've kept some oil, boil it together, let it go crackle everywhere, then put this to the sambar. The moment the child comes here, 1 minute job. It will put the mustard, it will start moving here and there, and as it gets fried, it is being put into the sambar. You know what will the mother do? She will immediately take the WhatsApp, send a picture of the sambar and say, my child did it. But the truth is, 99% of the work was done by the mother, 1% the child did. But the credit goes completely to the child. Likewise, the Lord, being as Aniruddha, creates the entire world, gives a manual book how to manage. Now Brahma just takes the manual book and does some seasoning here and there. Like the mother who gives credit to the child, the Lord has given credit to Brahma, stating that Brahma has created the world. But he is a better creator. So he says, Prajapati Prabhritibhischa. So he is called Dhaturuttamaha. Next, Aprameyaha Tesham Karanaihi Pramatum Ashakyaha. So, even with the Indriyas, the senses of Brahma, Brahma cannot experience the Lord. He is beyond the senses. He is called Aprameyaha. He is beyond our imagination. The Kannada composer in the Kannada language, Purandara Dasa says, Aprameyana ಆಡಿಸಿದಳು ಯಶೋದೆ ಜಗದೋಗೋ ಉದ್ಧಾರಣ ಅಪ್ರಮೇಯನ. To aprameya she tells. So aprameyaha means who's beyond our senses. Next, Hrishikeshaha. People get confused between this nama and the place in Uttar Pradesh. They say Rishikesh, Rishikesh. Rishikesh has nothing to do with the Lord's name. It is Hrishikesh. Hrishikam means Indriyam, senses. The one who is able to control our senses is called Hrishikeshaha. Tat karananam api niyama katvat Hrishikeshaha. The one who is able to control the senses. Our eyes start looking at the Lord. Our ears start listening to the names of the Lord. The tongue starts tasting the prasadam of the Lord. The nose starts smelling the tulasi of the Lord. The sparsham happens with the clothes the Lord has worn. So all our senses are associated with Him. He will ensure it sustains and continues. So He is called Hrishikeshaha. Next nama, Padmanabhaha. Padmabhuvaha Prabhavaha Padmo Nabhava Asya Iti. So Brahma has been created, the world in the seasoning process has been created by Brahma. Brahma has been created by Narayana. So from the Nabhi is a Padma, and on the Padma is seated Brahma. So from the Nabhi, which is Padma, Brahma is arisen. So he is called Padmanabhaha. You know, the Lord of Tiruvananthapuram is called Ananta Padmanabha Swami. Bhogindra Shayinam Purukushaladayinam Purusham Sashvatam Kalaye. Bhogindra Shayinam, says the famous king composer called as Swati Tirunal in his composition. So Padmanabhaha, even for worshippers of the Devi, Shaktas, in Lalita Sahasranamam, she is referred to as the sister of Padmanabha. Padmanabha Sahodari Unmesha Nimishotpanna Vipanna Bhuvanavali. So Padmanabha is the Nama. Next, Amara Prabhu. Tesham Amaranam Srishtyadi Adhikara Danena Nirvahakascha. Now, for all the devas like Indra, Vayu, Agni, Yama, Kubera, and Brahma, for Brahma et al., for all of them, Srishtadya Adhikaradanena Nirvahakascha. So he has allocated the separate departments. Brahma, you take this department. Shiva, you take this department. Indra, you take this department. So he has allocated work as per ministries or as per departments. Hence he is called Amara Prabhu. Now is the 50th Nama. Vishwakarma, Brahma Srishtéhe Pragrudhvascha Vidyamanam Vishwam Karma Jagadvyaparo Asyaiveti. So, he says, now before the creatures are created, now before cooking happens, you have to keep the ingredients ready. You have to keep the vegetables cut. You will have to soak the tamarind in hot water to make the pulp. So the preliminary arrangements are done before cooking. Then the main process, cooking, comes. After cooking is over, you have to serve it in a dish, season it with some nice chopped coriander leaves, with some nice seeds of the pineapple, and then give it a fresh and a beautiful look. So there is a preparation that goes before the dish. There is a preparation that goes before presenting the dish. Likewise, in the Srishti Kramam, before the Srishti, the Lord does the work. After the Srishti, to sustain, he does the work. Since he does this, he is called as Vishwakarma. Next Nama, Manuhu. Prasiddhat Sankalpa Lavamatrat Mananat Eva Iti Manuhu. So, now he says, he is the one through his divine will who controls the entire creation. Divine will is called as Sankalpa. Sankalpa Lavamatrat. Sankalpam is divine will. I walk up the stairs, it is a normal walk. I assume this is step 1, I walk. Step 2, I walk. Step 3, I walk. Step 4, I walk. Step 5, I walk. Step 6, I am assuming it is there, but it is really not there. So when I assume it is the 6th step and keep it, then I will realize by the force it hits on the floor. Oh, the steps got ended with step number 5. 6th step is not there. Now imagine the Lord is also tracing my path. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Step 6 is not there, but the Lord is assuming the step 6 is there. So he lifts his foot to keep it on the 6th step. At that second, the 6th step will come. So if he thinks, that will happen. That is called Sankalpa Shakti. So with an iota of the Sankalpa Shakti, Sankalpa Lavamatratvat Mananat Eva Iti Manuhu. The one who thinks to his Sankalpa Shakti for creation is called Manuhu. Next Nama, Tvashta. So here he says, Evam nirmitam nama rupa vyakaranena suranaradadi vaichitrya vibhaktam vyanakti. So in this world there are devas, one community. There are yakshas, one community. There are tumburus, one community. There are gandharvas, one community. There are pitrus, there is one community. There are asuras, that is one community. There are naras, human being, that is one community. So the one who is able to segregate based on characteristics and say that these are the categories of people, he is referred to as Tvashta. People who cook will be aware. Inside the kitchen, we will have one big box with small cups. One will have mustard seeds, one will have sesame seeds, one will have jeera, one will have ajwain, one will have the pulses. Now, when you continuously cook, what may so happen is the mustards will get mixed with the sesame. Sesame will get mixed with the pulses. The pulses will get mixed with jeera. One day when you have time, you start segregating them. This is all mustard. This is all sesame. This is all jeera. So this process of separation involves your hard work. So here he says, Tvashta. He has given a nama and vyakaranam, the duty assigned to every community, and separates them. Now, sadvishtaha. So here he says, sthula tamaha. So what he says is, the one who is sthula means who is in the gross state. See, this entire world is now in the gross state. You can all see that which is in a bigger shape. Sthula means big. At the same time, he will get to the smallest of the small. It is sukshma. Sthula, sukshma. Here he is sthula. Now it is said, Padmanabha Amara Prabhu Vishwakarma Manustvashta Sthavishtaha. So that is Sthavishtaha. Now what is Sthaviraha? Sakalam Kalam Sthasnuhu Leelaya Kalam Apekshanam Manayopi Ata Tantraha. Now he does not wait for the time. He creates and sustains this world as his play. Akhila bhuvana janma sthema bhangadi leele vinata vivida bhuta vrata rakshaika dikshe shruti shirasi vidipte brahmani srinivase bhavatu mama parasmin shemushi bhakti rupa. So what does Thaviraha mean? He does this like a play. What is play? For example, when the child is actually buying a small kitchen set as the toy, the child will take that little cooker, will not put anything within it, will act as if the child is cooking, and then will act as if he is making sambar. Then he'll say, "Daddy, Daddy, show me your hand." So we show our hand, the child will put, nothing will come out of that little cooker. But what we do to encourage the child, we take that sambar, very good. How did you make it? The child feels happy. Now the child has made a mockery of the kitchen set, mocks the cooking process and shows. But as a father, you feel so proud and you say your sambar is good while the sambar is not there. Likewise, for the Lord, we are the children. So we say that these are the things. He, for encouraging us, accepts it. But he knows that what these people are doing is very little, because this world is actually a game. It is actually a sport for the Lord. That is why the one who translated or transcreated Ramayana in Tamil, one of the earliest saints called as Kambar, tells, Ulagam yavayum tamula akkalum niraiperuttalum nikkalum ningala alagila vilayattu. Vilayattu means play. So he treats the world as an entire play. So he is called Sthaviraha. Next, Dhruvaha. Ananta parinamadapi avikurvanataya swarupad aprachyavyaha. Now, he accepts the services despite this world being a play. He accepts services. So, now he accepts services and transforms into the respective worlds. So, he becomes the various worlds by his Sankalpa Shakti. So, he is called Dhruvaha. Next Nama, 56th Nama is Agrahyaha. So here he says, Mrittantvadiriva kulala kuvindadina anadhishtheyaha. So he says, be it mud. So the earth is used for making pots. Next, there are threads which are used to make clothes. Here he says, be it earth or be it the threads. For all of this, he is the raw material and he is the one who is the finished product. So the one who makes it, the one which is the object, all of it rests in him. So he says, Agrahyaha. Now, he is the one who is handled by them all. So be it the potter, be it the one who knits the clothes, all of them together use raw materials. For all of it, he is the Adharam. Agrahyaha. Next, Shashvadaha. Anavarata jagadvyapara pravahatvena nityaha. The one who is there for creating, sustaining, and in the dissolution processes all throughout, before it begins and after it gets completed, is called Shashvadaha. Next, after Shashvataha, it is Krishnaha. Evam vidha leela rasena nitanta nirvrittaha. Now, he is the one who creates this entire world. After creating, how does he feel? See, we finish cooking and come. After cooking, how do we feel? We don't even feel like eating the dish. We have got so tired. But the Lord creates this entire world. How does he feel? Very content, very peaceful, very blissful. the one who is able to experience that bliss after creation, is called Krishnaha, Nakaram. Next, Lohitakshaha, Idring Nirvritti Pishunaramya Rajivatamranayanaha Lohitakshaha. The one who has got lotus-like eyes, at the same time they are all reddened and coppered at the ends. How do we notice that? Rama's eyes have been described to that of lotus, Pushkarakshaha. But later at one point in time he wanted to get the permission of Ocean King to construct a setu. So in a beautiful temple town called as Tirupullani, he laid on the bed made with darbas. 3 days, Ocean King did not come. The moment Rama sensed that the Ocean King is taking advantage of him, and despite following every bit of the rule, the Ocean King is not answering to his plea, he got angry. Raktankalochanaha, tells Valmiki. The eyes of Rama turned red. Gambhiramba samudbhuta sumrishtanala ravikara vikasita pundarika dala amala ayatekshanaha. The one who has got lotus-like eyes but gets dark and reddened at the ends is called Lohitakshaha. Next, Pratardanaha Sarvesham Samhritatvam Chaha Pratardanaha. During the dissolution time, everything gets destroyed. It is one of the largest pralayams that will happen after the Chaturyuga. So in that pralayam, the beautiful trees that you see, the nice houses that you see, the big malls that you see, the oceans that you see, the mountains that you see, there will be no difference. All of them will start breaking, crumbling, and they will all come to the ocean of deluge. Hence it is called Pratardanaha. He does that task. Next is the Nama Prabhutaha. Sarva Samharepi Prabhutaha Samriddhaha Nitya Nirmayada Bhogopakarana Paramapadatvat. Now, so he is the one who rests in the abode called as Paramapadam. Paramapadam means that which is the highest abode. That is called Paramapadam. That is why when we do Harati to the Lord, we say Tat Vishnoho Paramam Padagum Sada Pashyanti Surayaha Diviva Chakshuradatam. So in Paramapadam, all the Nitya Suris are looking at the Lord. As they keep looking at the Lord, they are surprised at His beauty. They keep looking at Him. So here it is that Nama which says that Paramapadam is owned by Him. In that Paramapadam there is only happiness. So he says, Prabhutaha, Sarvasamharepi Prabhutaha, Samriddhaha, Nitya Nirmayada Bhogopakarana Paramapadatvat. So he is the one who has reached Paramapadam. Who is the one who is in Paramapadam? The one who helps his devotees reach Paramapadam. Next, it is a very interesting Nama, Trikakuddhama. Trikakuddhama. What does it mean? Trikakutu, Tripad Vibhuti Lakshanam Paramam Dhama Yasya Sa Trikuttatma. Now, Purusha Suktam tells, Tripada Syamritam Divi. Tripada. Whatever world you see here as the cosmos, Sri Vaikuntham is thrice the size, it seems. Tripadasya Amritam Divi. That Amritam Divi is Tripada. It is 3/4. That means 3/4 size. Now, Trikakuddhama means Tripad Vibhuti Lakshanam Paramam Dhama Yasya. Paramam Dhama Yasya. This is the highest abode. Next. So, the one who is able to control those abodes under his directions, all the large abodes, the biggest size of the abode under his control is called Trikakuddhama. Pavitram Idrik Guna Vibhava Rupa Nirupaka Sopanena Tannirupyam Swarupam Anupravishati Pavitram. Now, be it Guna, qualities, be it his significance, be it his Rupam, now they are the steps, and now he is the one who owns it completely and is pure by it. See, generally in human beings, we ask, what are the good qualities he has? Good qualities, yes, he is generous, very soft-spoken, but sir, I feel he gets also short-tempered at times. So, You listed down 10 good qualities, the 11th quality becomes the bad one. So I have listed down the Rupam, Swarupam, Vibhavam of the Lord like the first Nama. But are there any doshams? No. Hence he is called as, the Nama goes like this. Pavitram. He is the one who adds purity to anybody or any object. How do we see that? Now in Krishnavataram, Putana, who came to kill the children, had a poison applied over her bosoms. She wanted to kill children. She kept Krishna on her lap and started feeding him. Krishna first consumed the poison that was smeared on her bosom. Then he started sucking more. By looking at him, she started feeling the sense of motherhood and the milk started getting secreted. Medical practitioners will know much about it. It is called galactoria, a certain medical condition where even without delivering the child, the mother upon a certain stimulation can get milk. So as he consumed the milk later, by chance, the Jivatma also came along with it. So after this, Putana fell dead on the ground. The inhabitants of Gokulam village did not know how to dispose her body. They started chopping her hands off, her legs off. What should have come? Dirty smell should have come. There should have been flesh, there should have been blood, there should have been pus. You know what Bhagavatam says? It felt as if the best of the incense sticks, sambranis, were burnt together. Such good smell. Immediately Shuka Brahman asks, when she is killed, she is a Rakshasi, how did her body smell? Well, because she was touched by the Lord's lips, who makes any object pure. So he is called Pavitram. So the Nama is Pavitram. Next, Mangal, here, Mangalam Param, that is the next Nama. He says, Samasta Heya Pratyanikam Mangalam Paramam Paramamithyanantya Param. So, he is the one who has got all of the best qualities. At the same time, he has got no bad qualities, no dosham, no sin. So, he says, Samaste Heya Pratyanika Mangalam Param. He is the abode of all auspiciousness. Generally, in this world, there are certain objects in Sanatana Dharma which we consider very auspicious. One of the very famous things is turmeric, Haridra. It is very, very auspicious because it has got antiseptic properties. It is very Mangalam. Why? Because it is the color of gold, yellow. And who is gold? Hiranya Varnam Harinim. Mahalakshmi is gold. Gold hued, turmeric hued, good turmeric hued Mahalakshmi. Where does she stay? She stays in the Lord. So if turmeric is good, and that is in Mahalakshmi, and Mahalakshmi is in the Lord, then he is also Mangalam Param. He is also the abode of all auspiciousness.